Namaskar, welcome to this live session. Welcome, and welcome to this live session. And I'm very happy कि आज आप सबसे मैं बात कर रहा हूँ बहुत आई थिंक बहुत महीने बाद या फिर ऑलमोस्ट एक साल हो गया कि मैं लाइव आके आप सबके साथ बात किया हूँ एंड इट गिव्स मी अ लॉट ऑफ प्लेजर कमिंग एंड टॉकिंग टू यू. देखिए आज का जो हम लोगों का सेशन है और ये जो डिस्कशन है दैट इज मेनली on the frequently asked questions in FMCG sales. मुझे पता है कि आप सब मुझे मैसेज करते हो, कोई व्हाट्सएप करता है, कोई मेल करता है, कोई जाके यहाँ पे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में कोई क्वेश्चन छोड़ के जाता है, बट देन आई एम नॉट एबल टू आंसर ऑल ऑफ इट because maybe the answers are too long. I cannot explain it. I cannot explain all the answers in the description box. वो मेरे लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. तो मैंने सोचा क्यों ना हम लोग एक बार लाइव करते हैं where I will be able to address most of your questions. और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हैं जो कि बहुत टेक्निकल है, यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड इट इन डिटेल, जो कि ऐसे ही व्हाट्सएप में या टेक्स्ट में बताना पॉसिबल नहीं है. So that is the reason why I have come live to discuss some of the questions. And अगर आपके पास कोई question है and you want to really ask those questions, you can type it in the chat box and I will take the questions one by one. But I will start with some of the questions which I get quite frequently. That is through different mediums I have already discussed. सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन आता है डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिलेटेड कि भाई डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. अच्छा, वी हैव गॉट द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सर, आई एम एन ASM. आई एम नॉट एबल टू करेक्ट सेकेंडरी फेजिंग एवरी मंथ. Value happens max in the end. You are not the only one, sir. You are not the only one. In many organizations, even in big MNCs, I have seen, if they are not controlling it well and they are not disciplined, then what is happening? It is happening at the end only. So I can understand, your question. How to solve it? That is very important. See, to ensure that your secondary phasing happens, you have to have a phasing target, and I'm sure you must be having some kind of a phasing target. कि भाई, phase one, phase two, phase three. Phase one में 20% 30% करना है. Phase two में it can be weekly phasing, it can be TDP, like a 10-day plan. Whatever the plan you have, you create that first, that target, ki phase wise target. Now the second is, how will you achieve that target? Correct? To achieve that target, you need to have a proper system of getting the physical stock or the stock position from the distributor. If there is no stock position taken at right intervals, either weekly or at right intervals, then what happens? You end up actually pushing the distributor too much, and the distributor most of the time is not in a position to take the stock and is not agreeing to it. वो agree नहीं करता कि मैं नहीं लूंगा. So there is a lot of pushback. But if you take the stock regularly, you will be able to tell the distributor, see, these are the SKUs which are not available. These are the SKUs. You are not now talking about कि मुझे आज 2 लाख का प्राइमरी करना है, मुझे आज 3 लाख का प्राइमरी करना है. No. You are not talking that way. And I have seen many SOs and ASMs talk that way कि भाई इतना आप प्राइमरी करा दो. That is not the approach. You have to tell the distributor that these are the SKUs which are not available in your go down currently, and इसका आप ऑर्डर दे दो, and you will be able to plan the primary accordingly. तो पहला स्टेप है, you should have a target, phasing target. दूसरा स्टेप है, second step is that you should be able to take the stock position regularly from the distributor so that you know how much of which SKU is already there and not there. Number 3, don't overstock. Once you overstock, what happens of a particular SKU, though that is, you can do primary now because there are so many SKUs which are unavailable, but the problem क्या है कि there are so many SKUs which are aging. वो पड़ा हुआ है, वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर का फंड को रोका हुआ है, एंड द डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर सेज यू आर आस्किंग फॉर प्राइमरी, देखो कितना माल पड़ा हुआ है, मैं कैसे अभी ऑर्डर दे दूं, मेरा तो ये नहीं बिका है, वो नहीं बिका है, तो ही विल कीप ऑन पुशिंग. So the best thing is to give him the right stock at the right quantity with the right SKU. And it is a vicious cycle, when you put so much of stock at the end of the month, क्या हो जाता है एंड ऑफ द मंथ, अगर आप लास्ट एक हफ्ते में या लास्ट 3-4 दिन में you do 30%, 40% of your sales, ultimately what happens that अगला प्राइमरी नहीं होता है, and at the end when you book so much of order, there will be certain SKUs which everyone will order, which are the fast moving ones. बहुत सारे लोग एक साथ ऑर्डर कर लेंगे, and as a result what happens, कुछ एक SKU है वो आउट ऑफ स्टॉक हो जाएगा, then you will not get that stock. Then what do? You have to meet your target. Then what do? Then you will ask the distributor that okay, ये वाला स्टॉक नहीं है, दूसरा कुछ ले लो. अब वो दूसरा कुछ जो आपने दिया, that is might be not the correct SKU in that quantity for the distributor, and as a result that gets stuck, and you get into that vicious cycle. Every time you do this, you get into this vicious cycle. Then what happens? If you order at the end of the month, the stock also takes time to get delivered depending on where your distributors are. That many days are also getting lost in transit. So again, you are getting this, backlog of sales. तो सबसे अच्छा है आप टारगेट सेट करो फेज वाइज. सेकंड है you do proper stock check, you do SKU wise planning of primary for each and every phase. पहले you try to push this process one by one, you make the distributor understand proper inventory management ho, and then you will be able to meet your phase wise target regularly. But this is a discipline issue which you should be able to, as an ASM, establish in your team. Okay. Abhishek is saying, hi sir, I'm working in a company where the company spent a lot on the marketing but failed to generate sales. Numeric distribution is good. Yeah, Abhishek, see, spending on marketing is not the end result. That it is okay. The company have budget, so they have spent it. That is okay. But that will not give you results, as you are saying that spent a lot of marketing but failed to generate sales. Why they have failed to generate sales? Because marketing is just an awareness. Yes, I came to know, I got to know, and there are so much of marketing happening these days. So much of marketing, so many digital marketing, and then there's outdoor marketing, and so much of marketing. I see so many products, but if you are not following the process properly, you will not be able to get distribution, which is your numeric distribution. What I have seen कि आज के डेट में जो हो रहा है ना, in a particular category, most of the products are similar or same. But what differentiates one company from other, why some company wins, is because of the processes and people. That is what they are focusing on most. Now, when you have a marketing, it is a very big support. You can go and tell the retailers that we are also running an ad, so this is a support from the company, you should keep it. It is an additional support, but support तभी फायदा होगा जब इन द मार्केट एग्जीक्यूशन होगा, रिटेलर पॉइंट पे जाके आप माल बेच पाओगे और उस सपोर्ट को आप यूज करोगे. So इसीलिए marketing is not the end thing. I would say most of the companies, what they are doing these days, marketing they are doing at the end. क्योंकि marketing तब effective होता है when you have certain coverage already done. क्योंकि आपने marketing किया suppose, और मैंने उस ad को देखा, I liked it, I like the product. मैं दुकान में गया उसको खरीदने के लिए, बट वहां पे मुझे कुछ नहीं दिखाई दिया, वो प्रोडक्ट आपके पास है नहीं. सो व्हाट हैपेंड, वो प्रोडक्ट है नहीं, मैंने ऐड देखा, तो मैं क्या दुकानदार को क्या बोलूंगा, मैं बोलूंगा कि अच्छा ये प्रोडक्ट नहीं है, मैं वापस नहीं, मैं दूसरा उसका कोई कंपटीटर प्रोडक्ट उठा के ले आऊंगा. उल्टा दुकानदार बोल सकता है सर ये सब नया प्रोडक्ट है, ये सब आप मत देखिए, मेरे पास ये अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है, ये आप लेके जाओ। उल्टा मेरा एड का नेगेटिव इंपैक्ट हो गया। So you should not do ATL marketing, or that kind of marketing which is targeted at mass without having proper distribution. Distribution is first. हम लोग बोलते हैं कि certain DPL for category के लिए change होता है। एक certain level of DPL आप जब तक ना पहुंचो तब तक आपको marketing नहीं करना है। That kind of mass marketing. Yes, what works? BTL activities works and your sales promotion, all the part of BTL only. तो ये सारा चीज इन स्टोर मर्चेंडाइजिंग, विजिबिलिटी, प्रोमोटर एक्टिविटी, ऑल दिस थिंग वर्क्स। बट यू कैनॉट एक्सपेक्ट कि एक मैंने मास एड चला दिया और मेरा बहुत ज्यादा बिकना शुरू हो गया, वो नहीं होता है। ओके, आई विल टेक अनदर क्वेश्चन. What if distributor not agree? Shahid Awan is asking, what if distributor not agree for primary sales, but secondary sales of competitor is high in area? Now, see, secondary sales of competitor is high in the area is a different thing. I did not understand your question, what you actually want to ask. Distributor is not agreeing for primary sale. Might be because the secondary of your secondary is not moving that much, तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर मना कर रहा है, या फिर आपका तो बिक रहा है, बट देन व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट ही इज टेकिंग मनी फ्रॉम यू एंड पुटिंग मनी इन अनदर कंपनी, वो भी हो सकता है, एंड दैट इज एन इंडिकेशन दैट ही इज स्लोली मूविंग अवे फ्रॉम योर कंपनी. So if the secondary is happening and still the distributor is not doing primary, then the distributor has made up his mind that he is not going to stay with you. That is the reason why he is, shifting funds from your company to some other company. But if secondary is happening, then he has to do primary because he has to supply. He cannot keep your, product out of stock in the outlets. Again, his sales will be hit in that case. So that is what I think your question was. Yes, Serial, you have said, sirs, as an ASM of an MNC in a metro, what should be my key daily activities to track of my SOs and my business? I do market work usually, work on data trackers, but I feel like I'm not doing enough. Very good question, Ziria, because yes, you're putting in the effort. It really shows that you're putting in the effort. Your question is, what should be my key daily activities? Okay, so see, your role as an ASM, and you are working in an AIMS, MNC organization. So definitely it's a big responsibility as a, ASM. So you should understand what is your role. Your role is to ensure that you get the strategic advantage in the market. You create that kind of an opportunity for yourself. You ensure that the company's growth objectives are met. You ensure that you are able to retain your team. You have to ensure that you have to build capability within the team. You have to ensure that market hygiene and market whatever penetration, distribution happens. So all these are part of your role. Now, working in the market daily with the SO is very good. It will give you a lot of insight, a lot of understanding about the reality, what is happening, and you can take decisions very, very well. But if you are talking about a daily activity that you should be doing, I think 50% of your time on a daily basis should be spent on ensuring what is going to be the way ahead for this, but because you are not going to visit market every day, you don't have that bandwidth. So wherever you are going, your 50% of the mind should be, I am coming to this market, I am coming here after 1 month maybe, or after 2 months maybe, or in a certain span of time you're going there, what is that I can leave in the market today so that it impacts over a period of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it creates that impact. Which are the growth drivers in the market? I will give you an example. I went to this rural area and I saw one of the ASMs, he's also working in an MNC organization. He has done a very good activity on a Nag Panchami. Yeah, Nag Panchami, in a rural area, in a town kind of an area, there are, lakhs of people going for Nag Panchami, and he has identified that to actually, promote a new product. So, which are the growth drivers for that particular market? Now see, every company, I will give you a example, Nestle, and all the MNCs and all the big FMCG companies, what they are doing, they are thinking micro marketing and micro sales and micro strategy for that particular market. They are not using the same strategy across for all the markets. You must be knowing that. So as an ASM, who is the strategist there? You are the strategist. And you have gone to the market probably once in the month or once in 2 months, you have gone into the market. It's an opportunity for you to assess the market and create that growth plan. अगला growth कहां से आएगा? Distributor, you talk to a distributor, judge, evaluate. Because evaluation of distributor is also very, very important. I see lot of organizations are lacking in it. They don't evaluate the distributor. They only think that they are like primary churning machines. It is not that. So evaluate the distributor, whether he is on track, whether he is in line with the organization's objective, whether he is getting the right feed from your company, from your team, whether he is looking at a long-term perspective, whether he is growth oriented. How can you make those things happen in that market? So in your daily activity, this should be 50%. Another 50% is building the capability of the team where you are going. You check, you dig into the data, you check the data that these are the things which I already know about the team. These are the gap areas of my team. What should I do as an ASM now? It's a golden opportunity for me. I am working with probably a TSI there or a SO there, and it is a golden opportunity for me to build capability. I will train them. I will help them identify gaps in the market, not by telling, but by facilitating. There is a difference. You can go and tell that, see, this is not done, this is not done, this is not done. Another way, you ask what is not there in this particular outlet, or what you could have done in the market which would have given you an edge. Ask, and then you get the answer, and definitely that will help you in grooming the capabilities. 50% is creating the strategy for that market, micro strategy for that market. 50% is, according to me, building your team's capability, and definitely process adherence check. Audit your process, whether all the processes are getting followed there or not. Yeah. So, yes, visionary insights, how to make good relation in the market. So, see, this is a very interesting question that you have asked, visionary insights, that how to make good relations in the market. A lot of people I see, they feel or they think that good relation means कि भाई हम दुकानों में गए और दुकानदारों के साथ बहुत अच्छा बात किया तो रिलेशनशिप बिल्ड हो गया. ऐसा बात नहीं है. Relationships are built on value system. Value system, what is the value system? I'm talking about as an individual. See, a brand is there. You're going with a good brand probably. But you are also a brand. You are also a brand. And same company, if you go, probably retailer will tell कि आज से 5 साल बाद कोई आया था आपका कंपनी से और वो बहुत अच्छा आदमी था और उससे बहुत अच्छा हमने बिजनेस किया. They will tell about old people because they had created that brand image in the mind of the retailers. Lot of people don't understand this कि मैं तो क्या है, मैं तो सेल्स में हूँ, मैं ब्रांड. Yes, you are also a brand. Your discipline, your punctuality, your way of handling the retailer will actually create a positioning for yourself in the mind of the retailer. तो वो आपको प्रायोरिटी देगा, वो बोलेगा कि भाई ये बंदा जब आता है तो हमारा काम होता है. Are you genuine with the retailer? Are you fulfilling your commitment? I will give you a small example. मैं मार्केट वर्क तो बहुत करता रहता हूँ टीम के डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कंपनी के साथ. तो मैं एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया कि this SR, he is a SR in the market. So what he did, he went and talked to a retailer, and the retailer said कि there is some issue. Okay, उसको जो भी है पैसा नहीं मिला, स्कीम का जो भी है पैसा नहीं मिला. So retailer has an objection which is related to his payouts. So he said that okay, I am not aware of it as of now, but I will get back to you once I. तो रिटेलर ने उसको यही बोला कि हर कोई बोलता है, कोई बताता नहीं है. हाँ, ऐसा क्यों बोला. At the end of the day, when I went back with him to the distributor point, the SR made it a point to talk to the distributor, find out, and then call the retailer and tell him that this is the solution. Now, this is very important. I came across so many frontline people who are just giving retailers false promises, making false promises to retailers. हाँ कर दूंगा, वो कर दूंगा कभी नहीं आता है. हाँ देख लूंगा, वो देख लूंगा कभी नहीं आता है. रिटेलर डज नॉट फील गुड अबाउट इट. तो रिलेशनशिप कैसे बिल्ड होगा. आप जाके बोलोगे कि आप मुझे या आपको नया प्रोडक्ट लेना है, वो भी बोलेगा देखूंगा, वो भी बोलेगा सोचूंगा. तो वो क्रेडिबिलिटी कहाँ है आपका बंदे का. रिटेलर के सामने वो क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं बना, बिकॉज देन योर गाइज विल कम एंड टेल यू सर ये प्रोडक्ट तो बिक नहीं रहा है, आप ना अमिताभ बच्चन से ऐड करा. So that is the last answer they will give. That is not correct. As a salesperson, every salesperson should be able to create his own credibility in the market by being disciplined. अब वो दुकानदार को दिखता है कि भाई ये बंदा टाइम से आता है. बीट जिस दिन मंडे को आता है, मेरा स्टॉक चेक करता है, मेरा सामान सजाता है. I have seen a lot of, you might have also seen a lot of salesmen. वो दुकान में जाता है, स्टॉक देखता है, खुद ऑर्डर बनाता है. ऑर्डर बनाने के बाद दुकानदार को बोल के आ जाता है कि सर ये ऑर्डर मैं भिजवा दूंगा, ये आपका ऑर्डर मैंने ले लिया. दुकानदार हाँ कर देता है. ही डजंट इवन ट्राई टू सेल एनीथिंग. वो बस ऑर्डर बना के दुकानदार को बोल के आ जाता है. दैट इज रिलेशनशिप. और वो इसीलिए नहीं कि आज उसने ये बताया ये हो गया. ही इज बिल्ट इट ओवर इयर्स ऑफ जेन्युइन वर्क, डिसिप्लिन वर्क. दिस इज व्हाई इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी create that credibility relationship. मैं दो चीज में बताऊंगा. One is emotional need, another is business need. तो दुकानदार को अगर आप अच्छे से सर्विस दोगे, उसका पे आउट सही ढंग से आ रहा है, उसका स्कीम सही ढंग से आ रहा है, उसको डैमेज एक्सपायरी सब कुछ मिल रहा है, तो दैट इज द बिजनेस नीड. और दूसरा पार्ट वो क्या मांगता है, इमोशनल नीड. Whether you are trustworthy or not, whether you are calling back on time, whether you are visiting on time, whether you are disciplined or not, whether you are listening to the retailer. मैंने कई बार सेल्समैन को बोलते हुए सुना है कि सर ये तो कंपनी का बात है, आप मुझे ऑर्डर लिखा दो, मैं ऑर्डर लेके चला. तो भाई दुकानदार भी ऑफ हो जाता है, बोलता है भाई क्या है, ऑर्डर लिखा दो. तो इट इज नॉट अ वन वे चैनल कि भाई आप जा रहे हो ऑर्डर लेके आ रहे हो. लिसनिंग टू द रिटेलर, रेस्पेक्टिंग द रिटेलर, अंडरस्टैंडिंग, प्रोबिंग द रिटेलर about competition, about what is happening with the other brands, ये सब चीज उसका काम में आता है. ओके, सो बिजनेस नीड एंड इमोशनल नीड, ये दोनों फुलफिल होने से ही आप दुकानदार के साथ अच्छा रिलेशनशिप बना पाओगे. ओके, देन yes, how to cover Delhi completely. Gamer for life, how to cover Delhi completely. Should I talk to distributors or companies who are large distributors having many distributors under them? You are talking about super stockists. But it depends on the kind of product. Why do you need a super stockist? If you are in Delhi and you want to cover Delhi, you can appoint distributors. Why do you need a super stockist in Delhi? Unnecessarily, you have to give an additional margin. And if you are starting off, then I don't think it is a good move. You can appoint distributors directly. Yes, informer buddy has her currently working in a big FMCG company as an SO, but in future want to start my own distributorship and become a distributor or stockist. How to move forward and plan to find out companies. देखिए, मैं एक चीज आपको बता देता हूँ. Informer buddy, that good thought, very good thought. But I have seen others also with your thought. Problem is that now you're on one side of the table. When you go to the other side, the planning required and the kind of support required, if you are a first time distributor, you will need to, really slog it out in the market. You have to really manage it well, because distributorship close क्यों होता है, बंद क्यों होता है? Because of cash flow issues. अब जिनके, those distributors who are already big, already doing a good work in the market, already know the retailers, उनका already एक दो पीढ़ी से काम चल रहा है, they are able to extract money from the market. प्रॉब्लम वही आ जाता है, बेच तो आप लोगे, पैसा कहां से ले आओगे? पैसा ले आना ही is the key in distribution business, and then you have to invest a lot in finance, infra and all the stuff that you must be knowing. वो सब होने के बाद भी you should have that mindset कि प्राइमरी करना है, ये करना है, कैश फ्लो चाहिए उसके लिए. कैश फ्लो अगर आप मैनेज कर पाओगे, इफ यू आर वेरी गुड इन कैश फ्लो, गो फॉर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरशिप. इफ यू हैव नो आइडिया अबाउट कैश फ्लो, फर्स्ट लर्न इट एंड देन गो फॉर इट. Then gamer for life, I want complete business consultation from you. Yes, you can send me a mail, and my email ID is Sandeep @ skill2will.com, SNDEEP @skill2will.com, जो मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल में भी दिया गया है. सो यू कैन सेंड अ मेल एंड आवर टीम विल कॉन्टैक्ट यू and give you the date and time. Okay, Serial, you have asked another question, sir. We have given a certain scheme, but many company wants me to run the offers they have decided. But my company, sorry, yeah, my company wants me to run the offers they have decided. As a ASM, my SO say, outlets say only they will decide what offer to run, not the company. How do I manage? See, offer, retailers cannot decide offer, right? So you are saying that, if I have read it correctly, as an ASM, my SOs say, outlets say only they will decide what offers to run, not the company. How is it possible? How is it possible that the outlet will decide what offers the company is going to run? So, see, your team probably, some outlets would have said, your team would have come with this particular response. But a scheme, you have to train your team on why a scheme is given. A scheme is given for different purposes. You want to achieve distribution, you want to grow more inside the outlet, gain outlet share, you want to push in a new product. There are different reasons why you need a scheme. Now, the purpose of the scheme is for certain, and there is another video, you can also go through it on YouTube only, about scheme penetration. Now, in scheme penetration, I have talked about why schemes fail. It does not fail because the scheme is bad. It fails because the scheme penetration is bad. Company would have calculated something and given you a particular scheme to run for keeping in mind certain type of retailers कि इन दुकानों में हम ये स्कीम देंगे, इन दुकानों के लिए वो स्लैब बनाया कि ए के लिए ये वाला बड़ा स्कीम है, बड़ा स्लैब जाएगा, बी क्लास वाले के लिए ये वाला जाएगा. तो वो लोग उन्हें कैलकुलेट करके किया होगा. Now when we have done real consultancy and we have seen that ये जो स्कीम दिया गया है ये तो पहुंचा ही नहीं है दुकानों तक, वो तो पहुंचा ही नहीं है, जिनके लिए स्कीम था वो पहुंचा ही नहीं है. So understanding the scheme, number one. Number two, targeting the right retailers for that particular scheme. ठीक है, अब हर दुकान के लिए हर स्कीम एप्लीकेबल नहीं है. वो कंपनी आपको दिया होगा, कीपिंग इन माइंड सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ अ रिटेलर. कुछ स्कीम होते हैं मास के लिए, कुछ स्कीम होगा सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ आउटलेट्स के लिए. दैट नंबर 2. एंड नंबर 3 इज द स्कीम पेनिट्रेशन. आपने कितना पेनिट्रेट किया. एंड देन यू विल बी एबल टू कन्विंस योर टीम कि भाई ये स्कीम का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, किन दुकानों में देना है, एंड what is the final outcome that you want to achieve through this scheme. Okay. Then okay, Sitaram Jena, how to appoint distributor for new company. How to appoint distributor for new company. Okay, so there are many videos on this same topic. There are 6 ways you can appoint distributor for new company. वो वीडियो मैंने काफी comprehensive बनाया है. 6 ways are already mentioned there. I would request you go and watch that video. You will get your answer. Just go to my channel and search. I think last video ही था वो, last week जो मैंने वीडियो डाला था. 6 ways I have mentioned how to find a new distributor. उसमें आपको मिल जाएगा. Okay, then Gamer for Life, Sitaram made a good margins, good idea. You are answering, Sitaram. Yes, all these are required. See, good margin, good idea, good confidence, सब कुछ good तो ठीक है. Margin good according to you good, but according to a distributor he might say that no, not good. So it should have a rationale. Why distributors will join you? They will join you because they want to grow with you. Okay. You have given them good margins, but your product is not selling. Then will the distributor earn money? No. So you have to have that growth path, you have to have that support, you have to have that kind of a approach, process. I always tell, thus 10 processes in FMCG sales. All those 10 processes you should implement in your organization so that you can grow. Good. So I think, I have answered most of your questions. I will take one last question. I think this was very interactive and thanks to all of you for joining in. मैं अभी एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन ले लेता हूँ. विजनरी इनसाइट्स, हाउ टू मेक गुड रेपुटेशन when brand is new, area and market is new, and manager is pressurizing to increase sales, and I am new to the market as brand and market is new. देखिए, market new है, brand new है, I can understand, but your approach should be very very professional. The problem क्या होता है ना, नया ब्रांड नया मार्केट में जब जाता है, मैंने बहुत बड़ी देखा है कि ऐसे चला गया, एक सैंपल लेके, टी शर्ट पहन के, एक जीन्स पहन के, कोई प्रॉपर सेलिंग स्टोरी नहीं, कोई प्रॉपर अप्रोच नहीं, दुकानदार का ऑब्जेक्शन का कोई आइडिया नहीं क्या आएगा, वो बस चला गया. वो सोचता कि भाई दुकान में जाके बेचने से बेच लूंगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. यू हैव टू गो विथ अ प्रॉपर अप्रोच. क्या आपको पूरा सेलिंग स्टोरी पता है, प्रोडक्ट का फीचर, बेनिफिट, हाउ इट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अदर्स? हैव यू प्रिपेयर्ड इट? हैव यू रियली अंडरस्टूड कि क्या करना है? एक है वो. दूसरा, प्रोडक्ट डिटेलर, प्रोडक्ट सैंपल आप लेके जाओ. तीसरा, दुकानदार का मार्जिन किस तरीके से आप एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो. मैंने अच्छे कंपनी में भी देखा है, वो लोग जाते हैं, सर इसमें 10% मार्जिन है और 2% एक्स्ट्रा स्कीम है. भाई दुकानदार को क्या फर्क पड़ता है, 2% एक्स्ट्रा स्कीम, उसका क्या? हैव यू रियली कैलकुलेटेड कि भाई ये एक पेटी वाला दुकानदार है तो ये एक पेटी लेगा तो कितना कमा लेगा? एक्सप्लेन द प्रॉफिट स्टोरी टू हिम वेरी वेरी क्लियरली. थर्ड इज द कंपनी सपोर्ट. तो मैंने सेलिंग स्टोरी में 3 चीज बताया आपको. प्रोडक्ट स्टोरी, सेकंड इज द प्रॉफिट स्टोरी, एंड थर्ड इज द कंपनी सपोर्ट. कंपनी सपोर्ट कैन बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ BTL, कुछ वो विंडो लेगा, कुछ डिस्प्ले लगाएगा, कुछ एक्टिविटी करेगा, सैम्पलिंग कराएगा, व्हाटएवर. तो दोज आर द कंपनी सपोर्ट. अगर कंपनी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग कर रही है, कुछ और ऐड कर रही है, तो वो सारा कंपनी का सपोर्ट हो गया. So all these three things you have to explain to the retailer and write it, script it. ऐसा नहीं कि जो मन चाहा बोल दिया, राइट करे, स्क्रिप्ट करे और उसको प्रॉपरली प्रोफेशनली प्रेजेंट करो, तो दुकानदार को समझ में आता है ये बंदा सही है। और पहले बार में कभी भी दुकानदार नहीं लगाए, एंड आई नो विथ फुल रिस्पेक्ट टू ऑल द न्यू कंपनीज, बहुत सारे ऐसे कंपनी भी आजकल आ गए हैं, जाते हैं दुकानों में माल देके चले भूल जाते, दुकानदार के पास दोबारा नहीं जाते। सो दुकानदार आर वेरी, यू नो, रिटेलर्स आर वेरी वेरी स्कैर्ड नाउ टू कीप स्टॉक ऑफ न्यू प्रोडक्ट, कि भाई वो देखता है एक बार आया प्रोडक्ट, उसको पसंद आया, फिर भी दुकानदार नहीं लेगा। इसलिए नहीं लेगा बिकॉज वो जानना चाहता है क्या वो दूसरी बार आएगा। दूसरा बार आपने गया, बोला कि ठीक है भाई दूसरा बार आ रहा है, मतलब इसका शायद यहाँ पे बीट बना हुआ है, फिर भी नहीं लेगा। फिर तीसरा बार आया, फिर बोलेगा अब मैं ले लेता हूं, अब मेरा को कॉन्फिडेंस है कि ये बार बार आ रहा है, मतलब इसका बीट बना हुआ है, ये बार बार आएगा, तब वो जाके लेगा। तो इसीलिए यू डोंट, यू हैव टू बी परसिस्टेंट इन अ वेरी प्रोफेशनल वे, डेफिनेटली यू विल क्रिएट दैट मार्क। मैंने बोला कि मैंने जैसे शुरू में ही बोला था, एक यू नो टू आंसरिंग वन क्वेश्चन, कि आज के डेट में प्रोडक्ट में बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं रह गया है, पीपल एंड प्रोसेस में डिफरेंस हो गया है। if you are able to create that kind of credibility, if you have the process, फॉलो करो, प्रोसेस से आप बात करो, प्रोफेशनलिज्म दिखाओ, दुकानदार आपका रिस्पेक्ट भी करेगा और दुकानदार आपका माल भी रखेगा। सो आई थिंक यू नो, थैंक्स अ लॉट। आज का लाइव में इधर ही खत्म करता हूं। बहुत अच्छा लगा आप लोगों से बात करके, एंड आई विल बी डूइंग दिस लाइव क्वाइट फ्रीक्वेंटली। आप मेरा इंस्टाग्राम अगर नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हो तो इंस्टाग्राम फॉलो करो, वहां पे मैं अनाउंस कर दूंगा कब मैं लाइव आ रहा हूं, एंड देन वी कैन मीट लाइव। एनीवन हु वांट्स टू गेट इन टच विथ मी, यू कैन ऑलवेज मेल मी। मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल में कुछ नंबर्स भी दिया है, वहां पे भी आप कांटेक्ट कर सकते हो, and then we can discuss one to one whenever you know you are available. So thanks a lot. Bye bye. Good night.